Sometimes I receive stories, whether they are notifications that come to my phone from a news app or an email from my subscribers. And sometimes I have to question whether or not some of the stories that they're sending me are true or not. That's the case with this particular story here because I never received this story from my subscribers. So I'm going to assume that maybe they weren't too familiar with it, or maybe it was just something that may have passed our radar. But it definitely passed mine, because the story I'm about to talk to you about actually pretty much happened maybe within probably last year sometime, but it's an ongoing case. So the man in this picture, his name is James Scandarito Jr., and he killed his father, whose name is James Scandarito Sr., apparently last year. But the thing that is so, well, first let me continue going on with it. His body was dismembered, which means his body was chopped up and limbs were removed from the body. But get this, according to this article, which I'm going to read to you, it says that James Scandarito Jr. was found not guilty of murdering his father, but he is guilty of dismembering a body. Can somebody please help me make this make sense? That's why I said, is this story even real? But indeed it is, because if you go and you type his name into a Google search engine, or any search engine for that matter, it comes up. I'm like, how in the world did this story pass us by? And this happened last year, or at least within sometime last year, or maybe late 2017. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna read the article because it goes into more gruesome details. And of course, this is coming out of Florida by way of West Palm Beach. Jurors found James Jimmy Scandarito not guilty of murdering his father, James Skip Scandarito, in March of 2018. Scandarito Jr. was found guilty of abuse of a dead human body. So they didn't get him on the actual murder, but they're going to find him guilty on the actual abuse of a dead body that he actually murdered before he did what he did as far as the dismemberment. Somebody help me make this make sense. It says, according to the medical examiner, there were parts of Scandarito Sr.'s body missing, and they were unable to confirm the cause of death. Tuesday, Scandarito Jr. took the stand and admitted to cutting up his father's body, but he said he did not kill him. It's been a week-long trial with jurors listening to the gruesome details leading up to Scandarito Sr.'s death. Thursday, Jr. spent most of the day in deliberations. Around 3 p.m., the judge asked if they wanted a break. Jurors unanimously said yes. Prior to break, the group asked to review surveillance video from March 28th to the 29th of last year, 2018. According to the court records, that video is from a Publix and Home Depot. Investigators said in the video, Jimmy appears to be making several suspicious purchases utilizing both cash and his father's Wells Fargo's credit card. Those purchases included cleaning supplies, a hand cart, garbage bags, and a mop. Jimmy is accused of killing his father, chopping up the body, then burying the remains at a closed golf course in Boca Raton, Florida. Tuesday, Jimmy took the stand in court and he admitted to cutting up his father's body, but denied killing him. Jimmy said the two of them indulged in drugs. The night of Scandarito's death, Jimmy said his dad was doing cocaine and passed out. Jimmy said he found his father dead near the dining room table. In a panic, Jimmy said he disposed of the body. Now, listening to that right there. Okay. He said his dad did drugs. He was doing cocaine. He apparently had an overdose. Any normal person would have said, if they found anyone, a loved one or someone just passed out from doing drugs, if they were in their right frame of mind, to call the authorities. But see, here's the thing. He would have incriminated himself too, because they were using an illegal substance together. That's probably why he didn't do it. But he made it worse for himself. So it could have been an opportunity or a chance that his dad could have been saved. How would he have did he really know that his dad was dead? Did he check for a pulse? Did he see if his dad was breathing? Either way, he probably would have been able to save his dad, but he was probably worried about him being incriminated by also doing drugs with his dad. Or, and this is a theory that just popped into my head and is not too far-fetched considering the torture that he just gave his dad, is a possibility that he could have laced the cocaine with something that would have sped up the process in killing his dad. He could have put something in the drug, in his portion of it anyway, to look like the substance that he was inhaling, and took him out faster. It's a possibility. After all, he did cut up his dad's body to probably cover up a trail. But let me continue. Prosecutors argued Jimmy's motive was money. Court documents showed Jimmy made several attempts to withdraw $9,500 from a beneficiary account belonging to his father. The defense argued that due to drug use, Jimmy was paranoid and reacted in panic. That's just what I just said. He was panicking. He didn't know what to do. He didn't want to get the authorities involved because he was on the drugs too. But they said they found that it was almost $10,000 taken from a beneficiary that was in his dad's name. And it's probably the money that he used to spend to get all that supplies, and probably some random spending money at that, when killing, further killing his dad. I don't believe for a fact when he said he denies killing his dad, he killed his dad. Anybody with a right sane mind would know that this guy killed his dad and then further chopped him up because he didn't want to incriminate himself. And like they said, the motive was money. Point blank, period. The guy, in my opinion, is guilty. If this was the court of public opinion, he would be found guilty and thrown under the jail. But it's just amazing how they're saying that he's not guilty of killing his dad, but he's guilty of dismembering his dad. Isn't that kind of the same thing? And when you think of all the stuff that he bought to do this, that could almost translate into murder one. Murder in the first degree, that premeditated. It's not like he just took a shovel and just dug a ditch and threw his body in it. No, he went to the store and got supplies and cut him up and then disposed of his body. Like they said, he panicked. He didn't know what to do. But as you can see, the fact that he was found not guilty for the murder, but just for the dismemberment, that is white privilege in the flesh, no pun intended. Like I told you, this story was a doozy. And like I said, many of you probably thought it was fake. I thought it was fake when it came to my phone, but it is indeed a real story. They need to go back and they need to re-examine everything, because this guy is definitely a stone cold murderer. Without a doubt. Y'all let me know what you think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. I will talk to you in the next one.